What's the biggest scam in life that no one wants to admit? Data caps. Click here to unsubscribe to this email notification. Free trial. Noise. Enter your card details. Fuck. Edit. This is a joke. I do understand how subscriptions work. The prices of anything baby related, toys, food, clothes, etc. was in a store on Saturday to get a cop mattress and cover. I cried. Normal television. Paying to watch ads. Online convenience fees. The entire wedding industry. To be clear. Not marriage but weddings specifically. I'm happily married to my wife and we were content to do something special, just the two of us. Maybe spend a couple of grand and treat ourselves a little bit to something amazing. Cue the families getting involved, and before you know it we're spending closer to 20 grand on one day and feeding a bunch of people I've not heard of before or since the wedding. Fashion trends. And the incredible amount of waste it creates. If everyone learned how to mend/alter garments in school, and value was placed on investing in a few quality made items instead of a closet full of disposable fast fashion, there would be way less clothing in landfills and way less demand for chemical laden garments to be cranked out in sweatshops. Our relationship to clothing is so warped. Buying secondhand is a great way to wiggle out of the grip of the fashion industry if it's available to you. The easy to join, difficult to cancel subscription model. Claw machines in arcades. That the fashion industry is anything other than planned obsolescence. Designed simply to get people to spend money for no reason. That large global companies actually care about you. Ticketmaster. Buying a star and naming it. A waste of your cash and time. The only organization that can name a star is International Astronomical Union. Besides, you can do it for yourself for free in your backyard. No one's gonna know if you renamed Betelgeuse Marty. That's between you two. The subscription-based economy. Reddit awards. $18 salad lol. Paying exorbitant amounts of money for health insurance. And still having to pay boatloads of cash for any doctor/hospital visits. Mega churches on TV and elsewhere. Hustle culture. Mom. Tell me the truth, and I won't be mad. One beer that costs $14 at a ball game and it's just totally basic like Miller Lite. GTF of here. That saving the earth is in the hands of consumers, and not big companies. How the fuck does health insurance not cover dental and vision? What kind of shenanigans is that? The cost of education. Penis enlargement pills gotta be up there too. No one wants to admit they got them. So when they don't work, it's not like they're posting reviews or telling their friends they don't work. Recycling. In remote communities, recyclables collected go to the dump with the rest of the garbage. Because it's not feasible to transport it thousands of kilometers where it could potentially get used. A lot of us have been convinced that we are selling our labor to companies at the correct price. In reality, we're selling it too cheaply. Gestures broadly. This pretty much covers it. US private health insurance. Cutting out the middleman would save everyone money. It blows my mind we haven't changed anything. The fact that airlines have X amount of seats per flight, but almost always sell X plus 10 seats and then refund you about 80% of your ticket cost. Do that to the 10 people and suddenly you have about 2 tickets worth of profits seemingly out of nowhere. And everyone still has a flight. Just an unbelievably immoral way to gain a few bucks. But everyone just goes with it, since the airplanes aren't exactly a train that comes every 10 minutes. Keeping up with the Jones. Diamonds. That climate change is up to each individual to go green. It was a campaign by BP that pushed the solution as each individual going green instead of the dozen massive corporations that account for the lion's share of greenhouse gases. Going green is good, but it's a drop in the bucket compared to oil companies, industrial farming, and cargo ships. Edit. Lots of yet you participate in society. Curious type comments from the usual contrarians. Your hot air is adding to the problem. Do what you love for a living. And you'll never work a day in your life. Pure bullshit that will kill any enjoyment that you ever had for it. Giving parents your money for safekeeping as a kid. When I was a kid I discovered my grandma has a puzzle box on her dresser. Being a stupid kid I couldn't figure out how to open it. After a few unsuccessful attempts at just asking her to show me I got crafty, as only a stupid kid can, and thought it'd trick her into showing me. So I gave her a $2 bill I got somewhere, and asked her to keep it safe for me in her puzzle box. Well, grandma knew exactly what I was doing, so the attempt failed. I never got to see her open it, and promptly forgot about the whole thing. Fast forward 20 years, grandma has now died, and mom's going through her safe to figure out what's what and runs across an envelope with my name on it. Inside is a $2 bill and a short note explaining that it belongs to me, and it was given to her for safekeeping. She did keep it safe for me, right next to the deed to her house and other important financial documents. Even though it was a silly attempt at trickery, and not a genuine request. I did end up getting that puzzle box, and as an adult it took about half a second to figure out how to open it. It currently contains a rattlesnake rattle that my grandma got as a little girl. That was her treasure she kept in the puzzle box, a $2 bill, and that note. That getting older gives wisdom. I'm older and am just a cranky old fuck. Tipping culture. It's how businesses scammed the general public into paying additional costs so they could avoid paying their staff a living wage. The 5-day/40-hour+ work week. We work the majority of our lives during our fittest years of health for the promise of a golden retirement when we will probably too old and ill to enjoy it properly. That politicians have your best interests at heart and will keep to the word of their manifestos. Insurance. My great-grandfather was a doctor, and there were stories of him treating people, often for free. He and his wife helped an entire family with scarlet fever in exchange for a jar of blackberry jam that was supposed to work for the rest of our lives. This is the correct answer. We work more hours on average today. Not only this, but in the 1930s one of the fathers of modern economics, John Maynard Keynes, predicted that with projected efficiency gains by the year 2000 to maintain a comfortable and modern standard of living. Not only did we achieve those productivity gains, we actually doubled them. And X200B, we could be working 7-hour weeks today and taking 6-day weekends, but instead we're working the same hours we were when he made his predictions nearly 100 years ago now. Why? Because the efficiency dividend didn't go to the workers, the capitalists and the CEOs pocketed the lot of it. Just look at graphs of workers vs CEO salaries over time, and the rise of the ABERIC. We're being screwed and cheated, and royally so. Overpriced healthy food vs cheap garbage food. Hot dogs are cheaper than carrots where I live. That's fucked. Edit. People, you can't grow your own food in a small studio apartment or even a 1-bedroom with your partner. A lot of people can't afford the space for that. But everyone should be able to buy healthy food at a reasonable price. The lobby around requiring most Americans to file their taxes with the IRS, while the IRS already has all the relevant information. Edit. Yes, we know there's benefits for you tiny percentage of self-employed individuals and business owners. Life. Like. Why is it so damn expensive? I didn't even ask to be here. Working solo. We were never meant to do every single thing to survive and thrive by ourselves. Especially necessities. Humans need community and help. We used to help each other. Being an adult. Encouraging kids to go to college before they know what they want to do with their life. Anything for the consumer. It's all built to break, so you have to buy it again. What was your favorite comment? Let us know below. And remember to like and subscribe, it helps a lot.